All right, ladies and gentlemen, good Monday morning. Let's go ahead and get airborne and throttle up for Solo AI. Touching home base for 3 days, 4 days. Then we're heading back out to Aspen for the 4th of July, fly some donors, do the flyby for the 4th of July parade. Had a great extended weekend up in New Jersey, at the Jersey Shore, seeing my mom and my brother, my sister, nieces, nephews, all sorts of stuff. So just a awesome visit, man. I'd been back to the Jersey Shore in a while, and it was good, man. It's good. Family is forever. Uh, Back here, like I said, then we're leaving Thursday, heading out to Aspen for the 4th of July. Speaking of Aspen or 4th of July, markets closed on Friday. So obviously, all our positions expire. Anything we're doing this week expire on Thursday. One administrative item. Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. It's our regular AR brief. I'm opening up to the public. We have two lifetime memberships left. Let me get rid of that, my ugly face. Right there. Richard, yeah, Richard, Rick, and Nathan. Yeah, so didn't even do the brief yet, and three discounted lifetime memberships went. After I get the next, I'll still do AR Wednesday morning, obviously. But after those two, price goes back up to 20. So 25% discount, 5 grand for the next two people, and then the door shut, and it's back up to 20. Had a couple people pay 20 last month on the down low, and they were excited. They're like, I already made my lifetime membership, so we might even raise it above 20 when I get those type of testimonials or case studies. So there's the link to register for Wednesday morning's brief. One more time. Yep, half day, you bet. Absolutely. Close Friday, half day, uh, Thursday, right? Yeah. So, and we are, this is old. I'm up over 75% in what is this, Q2? Folks, we are absolutely crushing it. Everybody having fun. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Hopefully I'm on track I'd like to double that by the end of the year, like 150% like I did. Was that last year? Whatever. We've been crushing it, man. And it's so funny when I look at like the leading hedge funds and stuff like that. Men lie, trades don't. There you go. I'm sorry, 76%. Just absolutely destroying. I looked up the top 25 hedge funds. They're barely uh, in line with the S&P 500. It's comical. I mean, S&P's up 15, Nasdaq's up 21, Dow. And I get it. People are like, well, hedge funds, Wiz, they want to provide a consistent return. So, 10, 15%, nice, slow and steady wins the race. Man, I'm usually delivering triple digits returns each year. Let's say high double digits. So you can go put your money in a hedge fund, or you can learn how to do it on your own. This ain't hard. This ain't rocket surgery. We are 70. If you started with me the beginning of last quarter with 100 grand, you have 175 grand. I mean, this is a no-brainer. Okay, that's it for admin items. I just posted the most recent bullish on America trade, got up early, sat here and knocked this one out. So for all the tactical trade alert members, go grab that. Good stuff, man. I love these trades. Absolutely love them. Talked to a bunch of people up at the Jersey Shore about this stuff. I don't know if some of you guys are in here today, but it's so funny that people don't. I love spreading the word of options, man, and bringing people up to speed with how you can just potentially print money with these trades. All right, any other questions, admin items before we get airborne? 3 lifetime memberships gone. Aspen brief Wednesday morning. All right, let's go ahead and get airborne. I almost don't even want to cover this stuff, but it's you have to. Half an hour before the president or I'm sorry, before the market opened, it's hey, they want to meet in Oman or no, Doha, whatever. They reached out to us. He's a joke. He's a disgrace. I can't stand this. Wall Street Journal nailed it. We're losing. Iran is winning the Battle of Hormuz. They're using force to gain control over traffic through the strait. Um, they come out and say every day, like, no, we control it. We have no idea what Trump is saying. And it's so funny because look at this paragraph. It says it better than I can. When did we retaliate? Friday after the market closed at 5. I literally laughed out loud, even though it's not funny. You ready? On Thursday, Iran struck a container ship transiting the strait with a drone. The U.S. responded Friday with its own strikes. It announced the strikes after markets closed as if to demonstrate the economic constraints on U.S. military action. Even the Wall Street Journal's calling it out, like, dude, seriously? Um, so the lead leads. The best selling point for this MOU that he signed was at least the strait's going to be open. Well, they're not even doing that. All of this violates the deal and calls into question why he signed it. There ain't no nuke stuff in there. Well, we have a 60-day agreement to talk about nukes. What? Well, and the strait's open. You can thank me. Remember that tweet or whatever it's called? Strait's open. You're welcome, world. Just thank me. Oh my God, man. Um, it's very possible that they will never learn. What? Where have you been, man, for 47 years? You criticized Obama, you criticized everybody, and you're doing worse than they did. Um, or is it US decision makers who never learn? JD Vance has been touting his transformed Islamic IRGC leaders. They're ready to turn over a new leaf. He even reached gentlemen's agreements with them outside the MOU. Oh my God. Um, well, these are no gentlemen. It's the same terrorist regime, and this is the Battle of Hormuz that Mr. Trump thought he had ducked. In case there was any doubt, the foreign minister said Sunday, we manage the Strait of Hormuz. And this is the dude who's negotiating with Vance. I mean, this isn't some stray general like we control the strait. It's their foreign minister who's in negotiations saying we own the Strait of Hormuz. Nobody else. Maybe Oman will split some tolls with you. It wasn't enough that he gave them an oil sanctions waiver without safeguards, billions of dollars in frozen assets going back to them, and stop sanctions enforcement. Now they want the strait too. I'm not even going to keep going because I can't. In the bigger picture, strategic picture, the regime is leaving the president a choice: surrender Hormuz to Iranian terror or fight for it all, like he always should have once he started the war and reopen the strait by force. So, ladies and gentlemen, um, this relief rally was on, hey, peace. Now we're getting a double top up here and descending bearish pennant, and the spaghetti's getting close together. This might matter again, right? Um, you know, I just did these love taps, these tit for tats. It's an absolute disgrace. I don't. Yeah, well, Thomas, I'm not some raging hyper partisan. I really don't care what the White House thinks of me. 95% of Americans agree with me. I just saw a poll on whatever channel. It's like 80% of Americans are like, no, stop negotiating and go back. Even the people that didn't support this are like, finish it, man. This regime is never going to learn. What did I tell you they did during the ceasefire? They rearmed, reconstituted their weapons. They got more Gucci equipment from China and Russia. They didn't use the couple month ceasefire, air quotes, to meditate and reflect on maybe we don't want to kill all the infidels. It's so stupid, man. I've had it. So, clearly, I'm not going to speak for. I don't. I'm not going to speak for General Kane. Obviously, my buddy Raisin, but I know Raisin, and obviously, publicly, he has to salute and carry on. But man, if he ain't talking like this, it's not the Raisin I know. So, But Donald Trump's the elected representative of the United States of America, and he's got the ball for now. JD Vance is the bag holder. He didn't want to do all this stuff, or now he's left with this steaming pile of you know what. Anyway, so let's talk about what happened last week, man. I briefed you on this before I went up to Jersey. I said, man, we get some hot inflation, and we're heading lower. And what happened? Core inflation hit 3.4% in May. That's the highest since October of 2023, man. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, uh, it's this is bad. It's bad, right? So that's why market had a little bit of a freak out last week. Clearly, this is it has to be on the president's radar. Trying to get oil prices down with with the love taps and all sorts of stuff like that. The Fed ain't cutting rates anytime soon. It's in the Bullish on America report. Go read it. If you're not in Tactical Trade Alerts, go join. It's all right there, man. And with potentially the CME Fed Watch now prices roughly three rate hikes over the next 12 months, ladies and gentlemen. Did you read this morning over your cup of coffee? That's bad. That's very bad. Then what's going to happen this week? Well, I don't know, but I know on Thursday, before go flying, we got jobs report. They're actually calling for a little, an increase in jobs. So, folks, if we got raging inflation and a good jobs number on Friday, the markets will implode. We're not in a good place right now. Again, as an American, I don't like rooting for a bad jobs number because it means people are hurting. But I'm Gordon Gecko and Jordan Belfort here, man. If you want a friend, get a dog. We want a bad jobs number on Friday to balance out the raging inflation. Does everybody understand this? So not a good mixture this week. I talked to a buddy who would know. He's like, a lot more chatter this July 4th with the 250th of a potential terrorist attack. Everybody's on edge. You throw in something bad happening at the 250th. I mean, security is obviously very tight in DC, but who knows, man? There are crazy people in this world who want to do harm to people. Rick, it makes no sense to me. Giving these people money, what they're not buying food with the money, folks. They don't care about their people. They kill their people. They want to stay in power. They're going to use it to buy weapons. This ain't hard. I posted this earlier. Hopefully you read it. The $1 trillion borrowing binge lifting the stock market to risky heights. Did you see that? T. I didn't say B. Leveraged funds and margin debt never, ever been this high. Ever. People are ratcheting up margin and these reverse Lindy triple with a twist ETFs, man. This is insane. I've never seen these numbers. Guess what happens? Well, we saw it last week in South Korea, and it bled over to here. That market is dominated, the Kospi, by high-flying semiconductor stocks. And those people gamble. They just gambled. The circuit breakers fired. It spilled over to us. That's why we had a little AI crash over here. Man, this is bad. You got people with a lottery mentality using margin to buy options on levered ETFs. That's 3 or 4 layers. This is bad. We got teenagers, buyers ranging from hedge funds to teenagers on Robinhood have poured money into these levered ETFs, right? And don't forget this, folks. Where is it down here? Micron. I mean, so after Micron, after the sizzling chip rally that lifted Micron 300%, that was impressive. What about the Sockle? I'll go look at 700%. So when you see this type of stuff, people are like, oh wow, let's do it. Leverage, ladies and gentlemen, you all are smart enough, cuts both ways, and it cuts worse when it's down. A 30% drawdown in the underlying stock can mean a 90% wipeout. Ladies and gentlemen, this is bad. So, in order to keep pace with the flow of new money, leveraged funds have done what? They've had to buy derivatives linked to the stocks. Whoa, exactly. This is what contributes to those sharp gains and corrections. When the stocks fall, levered funds lose assets. That forces them to reduce exposure to the shares they track, which pulls down the stock prices even more. This is a potential death spiral, folks. This is bad. So I'm not going to sit here and read this whole article. Go read it. I'm adding this to my we're toppy. It's the dog days of summer, raging inflation, potential good jobs number, people on crack. What's that? SOXL, right? SO. Uh, well, speak of the devil, it's down 9% right now. Okay, well, E-Trade with your charts, man. SOXL. These things, I mean, I was looking. Anybody else having problems with E-Trade today? I've been all morning. The charts have not been working. These things are global thermonuclear weapons, man. They are just not good. There we go. Thank you. I mean, down 10%. These things, I mean, well, it's the three times direction, Liz. Yeah, I get it. That's the point. Whew. These are bad, but they add to the potential badness of everything going on. Over in crypto too. Did you see? I read all the Bitcoin stuff, folks, just because I'm laughing at people in Ponzi schemes. The monster, the strategy. He came up with some other Chat GPT AI plan to do what? Sell Bitcoin. I thought he said never sell Bitcoin. He'll never sell Bitcoin. Sell a kidney. All his bullshit stuff. The guy's awful. I can't stand that dude. Lost $6 billion in a day. Guy's a criminal. He settled in this and wrote a big check. Okay. You deserve to lose all of your money if you're doing any of this stuff. These levered ETFs with the micro strategy, the insane. The long micro strategy is down 81%, right? I mean, Monster itself is down 46%. I saw that they're popping today, right, on the news that he's selling Bitcoin. I don't understand any of these things, so I stay away from them. The NFTs, the metaverse, these stupid Ponzi schemes, man, these people are nuts. I thought it was supposed to stay pegged at 100. It's a safe money market ETF with consistent returns. You're going to see this on an episode of American Greed. I think there was a law firm last week soliciting horror stories. The guy's made so many false material misrepresentations of this thing, and he just kind of shrugs it off. He could be in a lot of trouble with this monster stuff, right? I mean, he said no, we're keeping it pegged at 100. It's a safe money market fund. It's down to it's 71 bucks last week, dude. These people are getting wiped out, retirees and all that stuff. Who's that? Michael Saylor. JP Morgan, we can talk about this tomorrow in the primary brief. Let's stick with AI. China has matched Anthropic in cybersecurity, resetting the AI race. Whoa. Clampdown on top US AI is fueling concern that Washington is handing Beijing a cyber warfare advantage. Man, this is Cyberdyne Systems, the T3000 type of stuff. China stealing everything that's not nailed down and obviously just blowing us away. Micron, got to talk about it. Absolute insanity. Micron earnings, blockbuster earnings. This was insane. Micron's blockbuster earnings quiet the AI doubters. Then what happened the next day? Absolute death, destruction from the Kospi and all the other stuff. I mean, Did you see the earnings, folks? They were obscene. Well, the stock went from 1043 to 1250 and then back down here. The thousand, let me draw a thousand line in there. They were obscene numbers, folks, but it got caught up in the whole, Asian sell-off here. Absolute insane. I might, it's on my whiteboard at 1,000. Thousand's been an interest, support. It's on my watch list, man. But hopefully you've already done it on your own time and looked into, uh, you know. So we had a little bit of a tech wreck. A day-long tech sell-off raised new questions about AI. On Wednesday, Micron answered and it blew up, and then on Friday, everything imploded or whatever. So I'm not going to dig too much into this. It's on my whiteboard. Like I said, I'm going to take a look at it. But man, um, good. It's so funny because, whether it was Nvidia last time or whoever, we get the blowouts, and then people immediately forget about it and go, wait, can they, are the numbers real type of stuff? I get it. I'm a doubter too with a lot of these valuations, but I'm like, did you not? Okay, I guess on to the next one. But that was kind of good, and the outlook was insane. What else do you want? GM replaces 1,000 factory workers with 50 robots. When I started Solo AI back in March or April, I initially talked about what? How people were, Mike Rowe or whatever his name is, blue collar jobs. Everybody's laughing at was laughing at the blue collar jobs, but now the, programmers graduating from Stanford can't even, they're working at Starbucks now. It's the blue collar that survive. Wrong. I told you it was wrong months ago. I'm like, a year ago, the Optimus robot had problems folding a sheet. Now the thing does it in 2 seconds. It's over with. Absolutely over with. It's exactly right. We were lied. We weren't. I mean, I wasn't lied to. I knew they were lying to us, right? All those, the Bill Gates, the I trust Elon Musk. You can hate him, you can love him. I really don't care. I trust the guy. He was the one years ago who said we need a pause. Everybody stop with AI. Let's have like a global something. Bill Gates. It's going to be awesome. Wouldn't trust that guy, you know. Uh, and they lied. They just sat there. Everything's Jeff Bezos, all these guys. No, AI. No, it's going to make humans more productive, not replace them. Now, this. If you have half a brain, you knew this was coming. These robots don't eat, they don't sleep. And you ready for this, GM? They don't unionize. Hey, Moose, Rocco, go get yeah, there it is right there. United Auto Workers Local 22 has challenged the rollout, filing grievances and stuff like that. Well, UAW one, Local 22, this ain't the Biden or Obama administration. They ain't too union friendly. Matter of fact, some of the Trumps might be invested in the robotics companies. So you got 2 years of this stuff until you know till a potential Democrat president. So, folks, I feel so bad for these people, man. These are generational jobs, man. People in Michigan or whatever. My dad worked there. My granddad worked there. We're a union family. Vote blue and root for Michigan, and you're fired. The HAL 2000 just took your job. And, like Biden or all the Democrats told those coal workers when he first came into power, learn the code. What do these people do? What do you mean learn the code? Claude already does the coding. It's time for our weekly solo AI. AI is going to take jobs and kill all of us. I mean, it's just that's 1,000 families, man. But again, doesn't need light, doesn't need oil can every once in a while or whatever you need to do. They don't unionize. They don't. If you are GM right now, you could not be happier. Everybody in this room is old enough to remember Barack Hussein Obama bailing out GM. Do we remember that? Do you guys remember when Barack Hussein Obama fired the CEO of GM. Yeah, that's right. You must not have a new copy of the Constitution that says the president can fire CEOs. Man, what a crazy time we lived through with that stuff. OpenAI plans delaying the IPO until 2027, blames SpaceX, right? Blames, you thought it was it's GM. Did I say GE? It's GM, General Motors. So, anyway, uh, this is funny. So Elon Musk lost to what's his name in Sam Altman in Delaware court, of course, because it's a biased jury against him. But now he's sticking it to Anthropic. But they sucked all the capital out of the room or something like that. I love this. Um, and this was a big deal, wasn't it? Everybody was talking about SpaceX and Anthropic and bullish bull. Everything's going great. Well, New York Times says they're going to punt until next year. Hopes. What do we make money on? Hope and fear. Um, they did they rule Roberts, Kavanaugh? Did they rule for it? Get 5-4 the Cook case? Somebody look that up real quick. I don't want to listen to it right now, but they just ruled 5-4 in that Cook, the mortgage lady. Can the president? Ah, there you go. Supreme Court allows Lisa Cook to remain at the Fed for now. So our founding fathers, literally on our 250th birthday, are spinning in their graves. There is a there is a government entity accountable to no one. Lisa Cook clearly committed mortgage fraud, and the president can't fire her for cause. It's a 5-4 decision. So I can believe Roberts because he's a failure, but Kavanaugh. So now, folks, mortgage fraud is on the menu. You're allowed to commit mortgage fraud. Absolute disgrace. It's exactly right, Bruce. What's the line of law breaking that the president can't fire a Fed governor for cause? What an absolute disgrace. I can't stand Roberts. What a miserable failure. I don't know what Kavanaugh was thinking, but I can't believe this. There is a quasi government agency accountable to no one. It's a fourth branch of government. Didn't Trump do it too? Well, you see, Thomas, here's the difference. We, the people, voted for him. Lisa Cook was appointed. She's accountable to no one. If you don't like Trump, you shouldn't. You can vote against him. And oh, by the way, he's not in office again. And he didn't commit mortgage fraud. Did you not see when the judge valued Mar-a-Lago at whatever, yeah, I'm not even going to get into it. We'll talk about CBOE tomorrow, but they're joining in the prediction market, folks. they're they're joining in the prediction market. Binary CBOE. If you can't beat them, join them. Binary contracts. Will the contracts are going to allow you to take a yes or no position? Will the S&P finish above this or below? Wow. I mean, do you imagine going back in a time machine to the 70s when they came up with options at first and be like, hey, man, there's going to be prediction markets in the future. All right, here we go. Let's start rippling through our model portfolio and current positions. Uh, let's go with Amazon, man. Death spiral for some of these names. Whoa. Okay. What happened with Amazon? I usually get an alert on my phone. Up 5% today. Anybody see what's going on with Amazon? I'll take a 5% pop, but we need a lot more than that, man. So until I figure out what's going on with Amazon. Oh, I think they and the election day stuff with the Fed or the Supreme Court. I'm done. I can't. Um, yeah, exactly. I'm glad I'm not in short calls either. Let's sit on our hands here until we find out what's going on. Anybody else taking part in this? Let's go over to Nvidia. Nope. So, um, nah, yeah, I mean, maybe they came out with a report on the Prime Day stuff. I don't know, man. So let's sit on our hands with Amazon. No short call on Amazon. Um, the mags, yeah, maybe I don't know. Somebody go to their trade desk and at the well, the S&P turned around pretty quick too. All right, let's go look through the AI portfolio here. Because I want to talk about all the names, but Palantir, what a discount in some of these names. Who was the guy on CNBC this morning talking through that? He's like, man, holy crap. Bloomfield Energy, BE. We might not be doing any short calls today until we find out why stuff is ripping. It's a nice little. Well, we talked about this last week. We said if we get a bounce off, that's a nice 8% pop, man. I don't mind selling short calls in these names because there's so much premium. Uh, they launched a thing in South America with 3,000 Chinese products. I don't know what that means. All right, let's just step through these then until we can figure it out. If that's what it's moving on, I'll take it. Let's go look at a short call for Bloomfield. Remember, folks, when something's on a tear, either join or get out of the way. But I like these elevated premiums. July 2nd is when these would expire. I mean, look at the premium. A 290 call has 8 bucks in it. What's the at the money straddle here? 50, that's 28. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go up to the 300. Jeez. Look at this, folks. Sell one July 2nd, 300 call. It's 580 bucks. I love these names, man. Woo, love it. All right, that's Bloom BE. Any of these names that I go through, I'll remind myself that's a yes to add. CCJ and my laggards, I would not add right now. Um, Amazon, man, that's a 5% pop is a big pop for Amazon. Uh, I don't know if we keep getting that big of a run this week. So let's go take a look at maybe selling an upside call against it that has a lot of premium or that's pretty far out of the money. 252 and a half. I'd sell at 252 and a half. Quick at the money strata, we're at 245. Let's just say 4 and 4 is 8. Yeah, that would be it, about the 252 and a half. Let's sell that. And it just pulled back as soon as I wanted to do that. Let's modify to mid-market. Then we're going to take a look at some spreads too. I know Palantir we got PLTR. Hold on, let me do. I know I have Amazon over here. Put that in my personal account too. Amazon. It's a nice recovery, man. July 2nd. What did I say? 252 and a half. Yeah, I'll do 252 and a half. Sell, not buy. Sell Friday 252 and a half. I'd love to get back up to 252 and a half. All right. Palantir. Nice 5% pop. Man, we broke 125 with airspeed. I said that's bad. Looks like we're trying to get back up here. This is a steal, folks. Yeah, like we talked about. I don't know. Let me look at this chart. PLTR. Let's open up the radar range a little bit. Yeah, this is no man's land. We got to get back up here. Solid earning, solid everything in Palantir. You know, we're getting back up to what used to be support. Will it be resistance, right? So let's just do a short call, nothing other than a short call in that. I'm not going to do any spreads. If you're not in Palantir, folks, it's a gift down here. I would absolutely be a buyer of Palantir. I only have one contract, 118, 250, and about $3. It's 550. 123 would be the short call. Sell a 123 against Palantir. That's the conservative call. I'm going to go a little. I'm going to do the 122 for $1.33. I mean, a nice big 5% pop in that one too. Okay, let's stronger than expected Prime Day results, AWS and rebound in AI mega. That's what chat. Yeah. All right, what else we got? We got AVGO Broadcom. Let's do our Broadcom AVGO. I love this name, man. This is a wild. There's the rip from 300 to 500, filled the gap to 400, and it's a heart rate monitor under here. I mean, that's not super looking good down here. Um, Drop some lines in here, 350. I'm going to update the AI report after the close today. I spent my morning doing the bullish on America, and then I'll do the AI report. 400. Let's get rid of this. Delete drawing. Uh, Delete drawing. And I'll have whatever news is making all these pop in the AI report. Um, and I'll blast that out. Let's go. And again, these names have a ton of premium. We're at 367 and a half. Let's just round down. Let's say that's 7 and 8 is $15. 383 is close to the anthem. There's a 382 and a half. I'm going to do the 382 and a half. Sell the July 2nd 382 and a half against it. The premium on these short calls is insane. Even though some of my names are underwater, I'm paying them off, man. This is how you do it. This is how we do it, man. You bet, Brent. I said that a couple times at the open, and it's a half day on Thursday. Okay. All right. All right. Amazon, Bloomfield, Palantir, Broadcom. We just did Nvidia, and we're gonna take a look at some spreads. Nvidia. We got to hold this 190 here, man. This is where the chop was. We basically made a round trip. It was doing nothing forever. Had the nice solid AI run, and now we're getting back to that. July 2nd, 194, about $3 and two 550. 197 and a half would be aggressive. Um, I'm going to go aggressive because we really need to get it needs to start ripping here to get even close to that. I'll sell one Thursday, 197 and a half on Nvidia. That's the more aggressive one. I got to add that to my personal account. Nvidia Thursday, 197 and a half. Looks like it just rolled away from me. Okay. I want to, I mean, it's a, I want to start taking a look at some of the spreads in these really crazy, well, they're not crazy names, like the Broadcoms to help start paying stuff down here. And then these calls need to go away. Can't stand when they don't clear out on Monday. CCJ and C. Let's go CCJ. Even though I booted it from the portfolio for SpaceX, um, I'll still trade it. We got to hold this, man. This looks like a Palantir under, back up, and then down. I'm going to go close to the money, July 2nd. It's a tight at the money straddle. Let's go with the 104s. And then CEG. Then we got to talk about SpaceX. Has anybody been filled on their put? Same type of thing with these names, man. They're inchworm in here. I'm going to go aggressive with this one as well. 258. We're in between straddle nine, 10 bucks, 268, 267 and a half for CEG, 242 bucks. Don't worry, I'll screenshot all the orders and send them out. Did anybody, are people filled on the SpaceX 1x2? Again, chased it last week and never got filled. SpaceX. They are getting a little bit of a pop. Well, no, they didn't. They got added to the Nasdaq 100. I think on July 7th they said it's going to be. All right, Eli did. Anybody else get filled? Because I am bearish. Tactically, folks, I am bearish on SpaceX. Long-term bullish, but I am not getting long-term bullish now. Paul got filled. Okay. I don't. I did not get filled. All right, good. Kathy got filled. Brent. All right. Well, I'm the outlier. Anybody need to see that again? If you're in that, good on you. There's the IPO. Got as high as 225 and gave a lot of that back. I expected, to be honest with you, a little bit more of a pop with the NASDAQ 100 news. Have we found support down here? Maybe it's time to start taking some shots. Because look at I'll stop talking and just do it. We're at 154 right now. Okay. There is no 154 strike. We're in between right here. Let's do 155 at the money straddle out to Friday. I'm going to start, man, look at that. That's essentially a $10 at the money straddle. I'm going to take advantage of this elevated vol in SpaceX and start making some money. 165, 145. There is so much the volatility. Look at this. Look at I mean, that's just obscene. So, when volatility is expensive, what's the wisdom? Sell it. You want to sell it. When vol's cheap, you buy it. Okay. Um, let's go look. Maybe we look at like an iron condor to take advantage of this because it does look like it's settling in to a range here. We've had enough time to. All right, there's the euphoria. There's the sell off and a hang. You guys are gonna say this with me right now. Condors are great until what? They're not. So a lot of volatility in here. I love being a seller of volatility. I don't want to step in front of it in case, funds, July 7th, we got to buy a ton of SpaceX because it's in the NASDAQ 100 and it rips. Don't, or some bad news comes out and it implodes. But why is divorce expensive? It's worth it. Why are these spreads expensive? They're worth it, right? So let's play with a spread right now. July 7th it gets added. So yeah. So I don't think there's a, well, there is a lot. Look, it's 1 to 0.25. It's so the bull put spread, folks, which is conservative at the money straddle, the 145, 144 bull put spread, you're risking 77 to make 23. Look at the probabilities too. And it's above my 1 to 0.25 for a spread. I love this bull put spread. Okay. And it just moved away from me. So it might be under my 1 to 0.25. It just hit 1 to 0.25. Uh, we could go up a buck. You know, there's going to be premium in this name at the money straddle, but if you want a little bit more premium, you're going to have to go in a little bit. Let's go up a buck and see what that does. 25 cents. I like this. 1 to 0.33, risking 75 bucks to make 25. Love it. Let's go do the bear call spread. The 165. It'll probably have to be 164, 165 for the same reason I just told you. Let's go 164 call. There is none. See, and then we go, this is going to have to be an unbalanced iron condor because it's $2.50 strikes up here. We can do that. I mean, there's nothing. We'll just have to size it appropriately. Or you just, I mean, you do two separate spreads, obviously, and manage them like that. See, it's called an unbalanced iron condor. Um, you can do it like that. Or let's just leg in. How about we leg in? Let's do that. So I'm selling Thursday at noon, 146 put, buying the 145. 25 cents. Write down right now, wherever you write your trades down, maybe eject 50 cents. Why did I say maybe? Because I'm not flying your airplane. You fly your portfolio, not me. Maybe eject. You got to go, why is SpaceX imploding right now? Should I bail? Okay, that's the warning light in your cockpit at double the credit you take in. Okay, now, 789. If I'm looking at a 70, 80, 90% profit on the credit I took in, close it. Now this spread's starting to run away from me because SpaceX is going up, but let's hang here. I'm going to hang at 25 cents. All right, let me grab a screenshot of this. 25 cents. So I'm doing a bull put spread. Right, now it's at 25 cents. Hang on. Come on, man. Come down. So this will be my bull put spread, and then I'm going to do that bear call spread. It's called an unbalanced iron condor, but it's also, all right, there we go. I got 25 cents finally. Screenshot, SpaceX. All right, let me grab a screenshot. Now, I talked about when I'd maybe eject, 789. If I'm looking at a 70, 80, 90% profit on this credit that I take in, close it. Pigs get slaughtered. Especially in a name like this, folks. Don't try and squeeze another couple bucks out of that. For this model portfolio, I wouldn't do a full 5 grand. I'd probably do the 2,500 bucks in risk. I wouldn't do the, so that's about 30 contracts on this side. Yeah, 20 and 35. Rated 2,500 bucks. There you go. Risking 26 to make 875, 1 to 0.33. Okay. Now let's go do the bear call spread. So put on the bull put and doing a bear call. This helps pay. Let's say we come in at max profit for the iron condor. It already pays for your put 2 by 1. So we'll have to do the 165, 167 and a half. 35 cents. Yeah, we're going to have to come inside that. The 162 and a half. Oh, sorry. Um, I was just talking to myself here. The 165, 167 and a half. There's not enough premium for a spread. I need even though we're offsetting it with another bullish spread. I'm gonna do this one. Sell July 2nd, 162 and a half call. Buy the 165, 55 cents. Immediately write down $1.10, and you write down maybe eject. maybe eject at double the credit you take in for this spread. Okay. Why do I say maybe eject? If it goes up to $1.10, that's a warning light in your cockpit that you say, wait a minute, what's going on? Why is SpaceX ripping? Should I bail right now? That's up to you. That ain't up to me. Is it a temporary pop? Is it a whatever? That's your call. All right, same thing. I do about $2,500 in the solo AI model portfolio. Let's see what 20 contracts does. Since we're $2.50 wides, it's going to be a little different. Exactly. So, um, I'm okay. I'm gonna go. I'll stay below my five, which is my normal SOP, normal market stuff. We're not in a normal market. We're double top S&P 500. We got Epic Fury. We got raging inflation. We got jobs on Thursday. So above my wartime SOP of 2,500 bucks in max risk, below my normal SOP, I'll meet in the middle here. So between these two spreads, we're looking at a potential profit of what's that, 2 grand over 2,200 bucks. Now, technically, if I'm filled on the bull put spread, I'm not risking 3,900 bucks, am I? We're going to have an unbalanced iron condor. I think the max risk in the combined trades, I'm going to guess about 2,500 bucks. So let's try and get filled on these. Cancel that one. Okay. If you're getting fills, let us know, folks, because it helps situational awareness wise. Man, try and get filled on CG calls, ran away. Bloomfield sold off a little bit. I'll hang with CCJ, but the SpaceX, oh man, let's go look at the chart. I mean, that's some serious volatility right there. 25 million shares traded in. I mean, that's insane. I love it though. Warning, don't do this if you don't like it. I mean, don't do anything you don't like, but this is, I want to take advantage of the elevated premium in these options. It's a target rich environment, right? So, open at 152 up to 160, fill in the gap. So I just hang these trades over the side of the boat and let them float. Anybody getting fills? Kathy got filled on the put at 27. Okay, I'm still sitting at 25. Let's just let these hang. Like I said, they're gonna. I mean, just looking at what we did today, that's some serious volatility. So let's let them hang over the side of the boat. Eli's hanging, waiting. All right, let me blast this out as an alert to new SpaceX weekly iron unbalanced iron condor. Technically two spreads, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But the reason I want to put them together is because they offset the risk, right? You can't lose on both of those trades. You'd be the most unlucky person on the face of the planet. You can't. That it's not going to go through a meat slicer and split. Hang on. Right. Let me put all these trades in here. Make sure they're good. There's the call. There's the put. There's the put. Okay. Uh, and weekly, I'll short. calls versus sin stock. I'll add the short calls in here, kill two birds with one stone. I gotta grab a screenshot. Seeing some fills. Still got filled on the call spread. Might have to roll. It's climbing a little bit, so you might have to roll the bull put spread up. That's why I occasionally give a range. Like, hey, I'll try and get filled at 25 cents plus or minus a nickel. Meaning, if you look at that and say, well, it's outside that range, wanted to get filled at, that means you might have to roll the spread up or down. That means that SpaceX is having a little bit of a rally since I started talking. I have a Fox News hit. Hey, this is Wiz. Hey guys, I got to jump. I'm supposed to be on the Faulkner Focus right now. Thanks. Let me jump. I'm going to post the short calls in a second. I got to jump on a Fox News hit right now. My apologies, guys. I'll see many of you tomorrow for a primary. Sorry about that.